Well, good morning. My name is Suzette Long. I'm General Counsel for Caterpillar, and I also have responsibility for our global government and corporate affairs, mostly located here in Washington, D.C., so it's always wonderful to come and spend time with members of my team, as well as partners like the U.S. Chamber and all of you who are members. So thank you for having me this morning. I'm going to spend just a little bit of time today talking about my views on the importance of relationships built on respect and trust and cooperation, not only to build an effective compliance program, but also in every facet of business. I believe these types of strong relationships are so important, reflected here. So like many, Caterpillar has a well-documented compliance program, and it's part of an overall governance approach. It is very important to have that kind of governance approach for companies like Caterpillar and many of you here to implement our company strategy. In 2017, we got a new CEO, it happens, right, at companies, and at that time, he led a strategic planning committee to review and update our company strategy. This is normal at Caterpillar when a new CEO comes in. And what we did is we created a gear, and I put that here on the slide so you could see it. This work reinforced for all of our stakeholders the importance of many things for our company in order that we are successful. Certainly, as I put on the slide here, including trust in our business relationships. So trust with who, right? Trust with our employees so they know what we stand for as a leadership team and what we stand for as a company. Because it's not just to our employees, it's to our customers so that they know that our relationship with them is critical to our success. Our dealers, we sell a lot of our product through our dealers across the world. Our suppliers, very critical to making our equipment. Our shareholders as a publicly traded company, and also with governments in the 190 countries where we sell products around the world. So not just in this important city, Washington, D.C., so many government people here for the U.S., but around the globe. So establishing trust, building a strong reputation, instilling confidence in our reliability. People can trust us. These aren't just slogans, but critical, value-added behaviors that have been and remain keys to our success. The SPC for Caterpillar in 2017, we finished in August 2017, and we rolled out this new strategy built around our long-standing values in action. You can see it there at the foundation of our gear. And at the center is achieving profitable growth. We talk about this all the time now. But we want to do all of this in the right way. At Caterpillar, our strategy places our values in action at the foundation, as I said, and it includes 5 words you see here on the screen: integrity, excellence, teamwork, commitment, and sustainability. These are the building blocks for our employees in everything we do, and these words reflect our culture. When we explain to others what they can expect of us, whether it's an employee or a government agency or anybody, it's our values that we point to. These values enable others to understand who we are at Caterpillar, what we strive to be every day and in everything we do. Again, so they can respect and trust what we're saying. We know we have to get this right every day and in everything we do. At Caterpillar, we have a responsibility to everyone that engages with us to know that we're going to demonstrate our values and we're going to win the right way. So what is the term winning the right way? In addition to our values, we have a set of principles. It's all captured on a slide. We begin our meetings by showing this slide, winning the right way. It started with our focus on safety. About 15 years ago, our safety numbers were very high, our recordable injuries, and we focused on how are we going to drive that improvement. One of the things we did was safety shares. So we would stand up in front of all our colleagues and sometimes our customers, and we would share our failures, if you will. It took us a while to get comfortable about that, but it truly drove incredible improvement in our safety numbers. So we have moved that into other areas, and we're starting to share these stories. And the reason I think that's important is because that's part of the trust, building those relationships of trust. So sharing that with external people, we can learn from one another. So Caterpillar employees know that we protect our reputation by living our values and winning the right way. Just wanted to set that as the foundation. So I shared all that for 3 reasons. First, I suspect that everybody in this room, the businesses in particular I'm speaking to, have similar values and principles at their companies that express an intention to do the right thing and win the right way. By and large, businesses reflect the shared values of the people within them, our employees, all of us, and recognize that fidelity to those values is the bedrock on which their reputations are built. Because without our reputations, what are we, right? We want our customers and our employees to feel proud about engaging with us. Second, businesses affiliate themselves with organizations like the U.S. Chamber. I'm here today because of that. The Institute for Legal Reform is a wonderful organization that allow us to come together and collectively express our views to regulators if we point to them. These organizations work hard to build the important relationships necessary to accomplish their members' goals. Third, for governments around the globe, not just here in the US, this basic truth about businesses and the people working within them can be the foundation for greater trust and cooperation. In my experience, businesses are intensely focused on compliance, both because it's the right thing to do and because their reputations depend on it. As a result, I work hard to ensure all governments see Caterpillar as a willing partner in compliance and in everything. And I believe my peers are doing the same. Like Caterpillar, I'm confident that every company wants to support actions to address illegal activities and encourage a level playing field for us to engage in business fairly. And to achieve this, all companies want effective compliance programs that meet the expectations of governments, and for that, we need clarity and open communication with the governments where we do business. Thankfully, I am pleased to see many signs of collaborative relationships between companies and government regulators, even reflected here today with the agenda, particularly in terms of company performance and government policy changes as well, through the great work of organizations like the U.S. Chamber Institute for Legal Reform. A great example of this is the 2017 FCPA corporate enforcement policy issued by the Department of Justice in the U.S., which rewards self-disclosure, cooperation, and timely remediation with credits applied against the penalties ultimately assessed for any violations. That's a mouthful. I wanted to make sure I got that right for you. When I read that after 20 years working as a lawyer, I thought, this is wonderful news, right? This is a great step forward that the Justice Department understands that businesses are working very hard to do the right thing, and they're giving us credit for that. So we welcome the broadening of this approach to other government enforcement priorities as well. Government agencies are also making encouraging remarks about the importance of corporate ethics and compliance programs, internal steps that every corporation relies on to avoid violations. So I also want to point out, about a week and a half ago, read in the Wall Street Journal about the Justice Department indicating an effective compliance program will help us avoid any type of monitor being placed at our businesses. This is great cooperation that we're seeing from the Justice Department. So we welcome this recognition by governments of the real value that these programs bring. My own direct experience in Caterpillar speaks to the value of collaboration with government agencies. So here in the US, we've worked a great deal with the Department of Commerce, the Bureau of Industry and Security. They met with us, they came out and trained us, offering to do collaboration and helping us have the best program that we can have. So they came, I want to share, and I encourage you, if it's of interest to your companies, an export control policy and enforcement training session. We took them up on the offer. They came to our company headquarters. We had about 75 attorneys, investigators, compliance professionals all come together and be trained by the Bureau of Industry and Security. It was a wonderful experience. Another example I want to share with you is FBI Director Christopher Wray hosted a private sector partner meeting in July in Springfield, Illinois, that I attended. You can see there in a picture that the FBI took. And again, the purpose of that meeting was to continue strengthening and collaboration, strengthening our relationship and collaboration between the private sector and the US government. Just yesterday, I was meeting with the Department of Homeland Security. Again, same reaction, collaboration, partnership, relationships. These are critical to Caterpillar. We're looking for every opportunity to sit down with regulators. Again, in the 190 countries where we sell, I'm looking for those kind of relationships with all governments. So all of these examples, and similar everywhere, are critically important to my company. I'm sure the same is for yours, so that we can exchange information to understand and prevent threats against our business while protecting our employees, our assets, our infrastructure, and our proprietary information. Well, I welcome any questions. Please reach out to me if I can answer any questions, and I look forward to getting to know more of you. Thank you.